This week at camp, God has taught me that I don't need to doubt his plan because his plan is perfect for me. And even though it might not be the result that I want, it's what he wants for me and he knows me best. So any decision I make through him is going to be perfect.
I did make a decision this week to tie my ribbon onto the cross because I needed to fully surrender to him, because I know that God's plan is the best plan and he will bring us into the most fulfilling life of joy and all of the other fruit of the Spirit.
Mainly he's just been teaching me to trust him more with my past and with my trauma and just stuff I've been through, and with my anger and pride and just all these things that I've struggled with all my life. It's just really amazing to see how he's worked and protected me in my past and how he continues to do that, and he will do that in my future. Yeah, I decided to follow him earnestly with my entire heart. And I recommitted my heart to him because I followed him as a child and I knew the stuff, but I didn't know it in my heart. And so I really just committed to be completely abandoned and surrendered to him with all my life.
Just being able to get time in the Word, without any distractions or interruptions, it's been super refreshing.
At campfire night, I walked up and I tied my string to the cross, and I surrendered my life to the Lord.
I threw my stick into the fire, putting my entire trust in God, knowing that his plan is perfect, and even if this stuff doesn't work out, that I know that he has something 1,000% better.
Struggling with my identity, I was putting my joy and my other stuff in people or in sports or something instead of really looking to Christ and finding my joy in him. And I put my identity in those things, hoping that I would get the things that I would get from the Lord, and instead wanting those from worldly things. So this week I just really learned to put my identity and trust in Christ and lean on his understanding and not my own.
I've been feeling a little bit of a tug recently, and that's the call to be a missionary. I always had a plan, something in aviation or engineering, aerospace, something like that. The last year I've been feeling every time somebody talks about it, a little tug in my heart, God telling me that I need to use any eloquence or skills that I have for that. And it's just such a big step away from what my plan was. But again, I realized how selfish I was, wanting to use the gifts God gave me for a comfortable life. And I wanted to put my ease in this life over the eternal lives of so many people that I could reach. And to, wherever God puts me, it could be here, it could be in a different country. But yeah, to use my gifts for that.
I doubted God so much, and I'm done doing that. I'm ready to lift myself up and not just have the camp pie here, but to go home and take it to everyone else.
Well, I realized doing things on my own without God is never going to work out. So now I know I'm going to put God in the center of everything that I do, which is really the only way that it can really be done, and the only way that I'm going to do it from now on.
At the campfire, I decided to give my whole life to Jesus. I learned that God has a purpose for each of us, and that when we listen to him and to his calling and what he's saying to us, when we obey him, we'll fulfill that purpose and we'll have a much better life.
I decided to surrender my whole life to Christ instead of living the way of the world, which is definitely temporary, and it won't give you all the love and all the support that you need. And honestly, it just gives you more burdens. But when you give your life to Christ and he takes away your burdens and he has treasures stored up for you in heaven, and I just think that's amazing because it's not temporary, it's eternal.